we travel.
And we back, y'all. Hey, welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where I'm here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. It's not gonna happen this video, but that's all right. We'll live to fight it another day. Joining me as always, my co-host Mrs. Beth. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hello, world. It's a manic Monday, but we are here. Hi.
I can't tell you any better than that. We are here. Please subscribe to Mrs. Best's channel. Any reviews or recaps I don't cover on my channel, like Love and Hip Hop, both Atlanta and Miami, and also Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, are on Mrs. Best's channel. And then also coming up, we have Real Housewives of Miami. I don't know if she's covering Basketball Wives next season or not. I'm gonna leave that up to Mrs. Best. But we have lots of shows we recap on her show.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I will be covering Basketball Wives. Oddly, it's one of my highest rated shows. I can't let go of it if I want to.
There was a whisper about me covering the Wags to Riches, whatever that show, that Chad Ochocinco's fiance or ex-fiance, whatever they claiming themselves to be these days. It's a wait and see, y'all. They're only 2 episodes in. I will have to wait and see because from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of bullying, a lot of mean girl action.
I thought that was on Netflix.
Is it on
Is it
Netflix?
on Wax to Riches, right? With the
Yeah.
black people? I feel like I saw that on Netflix, but I don't know. I don't even know what the show's about.
I'll watch it and I'll see, guys. I really will. But that's not why we're here. We're here for Real Housewives of Potomac, season 9, episode 16. The truth will set you off. Yes, it will, especially when you lie all the time, Mia. But I'm gonna say it like this: before I get into this episode, Stacey disappointed me. Giselle, I loved her at the beginning, and then she lost me somewhere towards the end. And it's just not what it would. Let's just get into it, and then we'll reserve that talk for later. So, the show episode where it left off with Karen confronting Mia about knowing the paternity of her son. And where Karen is coming from is that Mia emotionally invested all of the women because of G's outburst at the reunion to somewhat feel sorry for the children and them, not knowing who his father is. And she invested some of us fans too, because we kind of felt bad as well of this boy having to watch this one day, watching his father and his mother go through all of this. Lo and behold, that G is the father of the baby, and that Mia found out or Mia knew about it. And Karen is pissed about it. Karen's like, and Giselle especially, Giselle's all like, you knew from the entire time that was G's baby, and you're over here talking about G being manic and that he does these outbursts and everything. And y'all, as I told y'all last week, I don't bit more believe that than anything else. That man is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that man. And I feel like Mia is using that because I'm sure he does have some sort of disorder. I'm not going to dismiss or discredit because he said it out of his own mouth. But what I don't believe is that his episodes are as drastic as Mia is making them out to be. And we're going to get into that more so the later episode. But she is mad. Mia is throwing a tantrum. Mia was coming at Karen talking about, you need to worry about your DUIs because, that's all they have on Karen. And Karen, you made it easy for them to have that. And you need to be worried about Ray. And I think she has said, we don't even know Raven is Ray's child. I think that's what she said. I couldn't hear because it was so much going on. So as they're in this argument, Stacey was like, this is not okay. Like, this is not okay. You guys are ganging up on her. It's not okay. Like, I just can't sit here and allow this. When he comes over and says, Stacey, what side are you on? Are you on Karen's side or are you on Mia's side? Is this not okay or is this okay? Because Stacey is confusing us. She always picks moments where she wants to be on someone's side when it comes to this. And then when she wants to be on this person's side when it comes to that. And it's like, Stacey, I need you to pick a lane. I need you to pick a lane. Either stay neutral and be quiet like the rest of the women are, or actually speak up for the side that you feel is right. But don't flip-flop like the way you be doing. It is confusing, it's crazy. And Stacey's explanation is, I just don't think you should bring up matters of the children in front of the mother, in front of other people. That's something you should do in private. Like, is that wrong?
It should be a requirement for any new housewives because half of these people are fans that are new housewives. And then the other half of them are people who are truly elite, which is what Housewives was originally supposed to be, who just have not watched the show prior. I feel like Stacey is given that and she needs to watch the show.
or she needs a class in she needs Wendy's course on how to be a real reality TV star because it's just acting out of just pure like this is real life emotion, even though this is somewhat of real life. This is also for reality TV. They bake up these storylines to make themselves seem a little bit more authentic for television purposes. We know this is bullshit. Mia knows this is bullshit. I don't know why you don't get a clue, lady, but okay. That that's neither here nor there. But Stacey pissed me off. Like she really did, because it was like, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to stop doing this. I'm gonna need you to stop doing this. Either you gonna get aboard or get off the boat because you are doing entirely too much. So it's time for Ashley's drag show. They begin the drag show. We know that her mom Sheila is there, Uncle Lump, and whatever Uncle Lump's wife's name is, and Josh shows up, who is Ashley's little boo thing that she has, and then a couple of Ashley's friends that she does events with show up as well. And Giselle immediately takes Josh over there being messy to Sheila and Uncle Lump, and she tells him, "Look, this Uncle Lump, you got to get his approval because if you don't get his approval, you pretty much forget about it." And Josh was like, "I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind." And I liked his response to that because it's like, okay, we grown. Like at the end of the day, he could like you just like me. That's not going to change anything, right? Did it change anything for Michael? I didn't think so. So after gives her performance, she looked terrible. Um, she did do a good job with her performance. I have seen like I don't know what they call the women dress up as the men, the king drag, whatever. I have seen it. I lived in South Florida, y'all, and it's quite an adventure. So it was really convincing of some of those, but she did a really good job as far as that. I just didn't like her look. I thought the wig was terrible. I would have wanted her to wear some more of a natural, like almost ethnic hair texture kind of wig versus the whatever she was going for, which I believe she said it was the American Psycho. That's what she was channeling, if I'm not mistaken, from last episode. I didn't like it. I just didn't like the look, but I thought she did good. It was funny to see Karen up there on that stage. Karen was getting her entire life. Everyone seemed to enjoy it, and it was a good performance. And I'm happy for Ashley to step out this element and embrace bisexuality, as she says that she is bisexual. So I'm happy that she did that. And Sheila was having a great time. Sheila's the type of person. Sheila turned up. Y'all don't let Sheila. Sheila had on um that great wig, that great value wig that Sheila do. She let that wig be having a time of their lives. I'm telling you, I was here for Sheila. I sure was. Y'all know I love me some Sheila. I do. So, it was great. Mrs. Best, anything else you want to add to the performance? We're gonna talk about this. DM Rocks. We're gonna talk about this. So stay tuned.
Um, I don't understand how these YouTubers keep missing the fact that that lady had all her titties out right in front of her mama, her uncle, her auntie. But I mean, it was fun. She gave Elvis Presley and how she looked in terms of the hair, the outfit, and how she was moving. However, comma, I thought she did good. It was fun. Now, I don't understand how dressing up as a dramatic dude helps you relate to liking women and men, but you know, it's fun. Who doesn't like drag? It's always fun. So that's about it.
Yeah, I thought it was fun as well. I thought it was great. So it's time for Ashley to get off the stage, and she goes up to the ladies, and everyone's congratulating her. They say she looks great and everything. And the ladies tell her that they just had an episode with Mia, and they let her know that apparently Mia knew that the baby was G's this entire time. And Ashley's like, "What?" Like Ashley is just blown away because, like Ashley and the rest of the ladies, they got emotionally invested into this matter because they felt that it was just this secret that was never going to be revealed. So they are feeling for Mia at the same time. So to get the shock of, oh no, Mia knew that this was Gordon's baby, which I feel like Mia knew the entire time. And I feel like they were playing on our faces, and this was for a storyline. I do. And you can't tell me, no one can tell me different. It's just because that's too much of a drastic like situation to not know. And for you to be playing in this man's face for however old that baby is. That's crazy. So that's why I feel like Mia knew this entire time. And like pretty much the crew was like, we're done. Like we just can't take any more of Mia. Because Mia lies. Y'all, Mia lies way too much for me. So I was here for everybody's reaction, and I hope they say this reunion is gonna be great. And I can't wait because it need to be. Well, all this bullshit we be seeing. Mrs. Best, is there anything you want to add to this theme before we move on?
I'm sorry, you were speaking about Mia.
No, I'm speaking of Ashley's reaction and how she was also someone that kind of got emotionally invested in the feelings of not Mia, G not knowing the paternity and Mia knowing this entire time since she is,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I forgot all about that conversation. I'm not surprised. Here's the thing, the ladies of Potomac tend to discover things about each other all at once, and then they approach the person they've discovered things about all at once, and then the person feels attacked, and then it turns into this whole thing on and off camera and on social media. So I get where the women are coming from. I think a lot of people, I spoke on this on your at the reunion when we did our recap last season. I
Mhm.
said without Mia's divorce or separation from G, because shit, that's all we knew back then, this show would probably be dead and gone because none of the other ladies give enough of a storyline. Uh, so I'm kind of annoyed because now it's like, okay, Mia, you took probably a lot of people having similar opinions that were positive in your favor. And I think she just ran with it, and it's just telling lie after lie after lie after lie. I mean, she is the one housewife that has a literal hashtag on the internet. Hashtag Mia be lying. She lies that damn much. So I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of looking at the women like you guys are closer to her than us watching through the screens. How y'all have us catch this so late?
I
You
feel
don't
like we
ever
more
invest
like,
in someone who has lied to you about almost everything since meeting them.
and I mean, she is lied about it all. I'm just like, but if she can get away with it, she can get away with it. That's fine by me. But I just feel like, girl, okay. But the ladies move on. We have a lunch scene with Kiana, Ashley, Giselle, and Karen. I don't want to talk about the Mia thing anymore, so I'm gonna skip over that part. But they talk about Kiana and how upset she was because she couldn't really let go of that really bad argument that her and Greg had the night of Ashley's event. And they asked her to kind of like tell them what's going on, like what was the key components of that argument. And she just said that Greg really did not want to be a part of this show. He didn't want to be a part of filming. He didn't want to have a hand in anything that could be the demise of their relationship. And Kiana is coming from the standpoint of she supports him in anything that he does, good or bad. She is like, I don't know exactly what else I can do. But when it comes to me, I feel like he only wants to support me in the things that he wants to support me in and not everything. And yeah, and then Giselle, I appreciated Giselle's advice. Giselle said, you don't let no man allow you to dim your light just to boast his ego. If he love you, he gonna love you for you and all that comes with you. He's not going to just settle for the things he likes and just completely diminish and dismiss the things he doesn't. That's not how any relationship works. And Kiana, I'm really surprised at you. I really am, because you did not come off like this last season when we met you. You kind of came off as somebody who was confident in her being, who did what she wanted to do when she wanted to do it. It didn't never come off to me like you were this person that really didn't matter what this man thought of you. And I guess it can to some extent, but to me, that would be a red flag for me. That would be like, okay, well, you can't support me in the things that make me money. It's not like she on TV for free. She gets a check for this. And this also promotes her business as well as yours, sir, while we sit over here talking, because she's always at your office. So to me, I feel like for you not to be wanting to be on TV, we sure do see a lot of you and a lot of what you do. Because if you didn't want a TV, your ass would be on it. I'm just saying. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about that? Hi,
This is
Kimberly.
the scene where she's speaking about him, or or is she with him?
No, this is the scene where she's at lunch with Karen and Giselle, and she's explaining
Okay.
to them about the argument. And Giselle gave her advice, and then I put my little spin on it because I feel like one, she's settling, and two, she's ignoring red flags. So, what is your opinion on that scene?
Yeah. So if it was a scene with her with Greg, I would have a different opinion. So I'm gonna give my opinion on how I felt when I saw this. I agreed with Giselle, but I still feel her redemption arc should be studied. It's interesting. But I do agree with what Giselle said to Kierna. She gave good advice. And I think Giselle generally does give good advice, even though people don't like her. If you look at past seasons when it comes to men and dealing with their bull crap, Giselle usually gives the advice that would make sense and seems to be a girl's girl in that regard. However, comma, Kieran, you don't know these people. I felt like these was the wrong people for her to break down or talk to, especially when you have people at the table that she was dealing with who questioned her whole situation with Deborah and all of that craziness. So I always side eye people. Secondly, I'm like, if you're feeling the need to cry after getting into it with your man, like after you're away from him and with other people, like just the thought of what happened makes you cry, then that person is not for you. You can be upset. I've been pissed off, got into it with my husband, and then went out with other people. And then at the end of it, I end up feeling better and we come back and solve an issue. But if thinking of your issue moves you to tears like that, just thinking about it without saying too much, that tells you that's your own body telling you this is not the person for you, in my opinion. Kierna is smart, and I feel like she's trying to use this as some type of a storyline, but all she's done is let this man dim her light on the show thus far. And I
I
wish she
honestly
didn't
don't
do
think
that.
if she's using this as a storyline, this wasn't the story she wanted to tell. I think this is the story that seeped through the cracks, and now she has to explain it because it's now exposed.
That could
I
be
don't,
the tears.
yeah, and I don't think, and that's why I said I don't think that this is what I thought she was going to. For me, she came off as she was coming on the show to show the greatness of her relationship and how she found the one and how he's this amazing guy that is just a hero. And then when we really dissect the layers of it, he really isn't a hero. It's more of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of situation where he's showing his crazy on camera and it's not translating well.
You
So
know what I think though? I think it's very important to respect your spouses though. If that man don't want to be on TV, then don't film with him. We've seen plenty of other people do it before. To me, because she was a last minute hire, I feel like Bravo was looking for ways that she could be more than just a friend of. Because they screened these women for much more when they hired them, even for friend of. So I feel like production is likely involved in some way and might be trying to force her to have him film because most people, whether you married or not, if you with someone, if they say they don't want to be on camera, they won't be on camera. And she may have went to him like, okay, if you are on camera, let's just paint with this storyline. And his profession being an LCSW, I can't quite see him wanting to get with the shenanigans of television. So even though I feel for her and don't think he is for her, I also understand his perspective and feel like, okay, respect him. Why does he have to film with you when you have so much else to show us?
we're going to come back to that because that's a good point to bring up. We're going to come back to that because I see what you're saying. I do. But based on his response and his portion of his scene, I feel differently now than I did because I would have agreed with you 100%, but I feel differently now. We're going to move on. Mia picks up ink from the airport. And as she's picking him up, she's pretty much telling him that, the kids, they want to see you, especially Jeremiah. And he's like, oh, yeah, I want to take him to a game and everything like that. And then, he mentions that Gordon called him and told him about the paternity test. And Ink was like, I don't believe he took a paternity test. And me it's like, no, he definitely did one. I got the inbox because they have to legally let the mother know the results as well. So no, I got the information, and it's 100% Gordon's child. And he was all like, I just don't like how this whole situation is going about, how there's no boundaries, how there's no, he could just do and say what he wants to say. And Mia's like, well, that's my children's father. Like, he still has a say. And it's like, Mia, that's not just your children's father, that's also your husband. There is no paperwork of separation. There is nothing. That is your husband. And you sitting up in here messing around with this little boy, and he has all these demands of you, and you're like, what? Just want to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I can work on that, or I could do that. It was just watching this scene. I was like, Mia, this is why she frustrates me because there's no way this man's gonna sit next to me and still try to say after I done told you what the facts were, you still try to make it a way where it's still your way. That's not gonna happen. Like that's crazy to me. So I was listening to this conversation. I'm just like, dude, you asking for way too much for somebody who ain't available to you. Mrs. Best, is there anything else you want to add to this scene before I move on?
I agreed with everything you said. I'm tired of Mia. The state that she got married in and resided in is going to require her to have a legal separation before they grant her a divorce. And hashtag Mia be lying. That's all.
Exactly. So moving on from there, Stacy is partner up with the animal shelter. I don't know if they're a humane society or a partner with humane. I don't know who. It's just an animal shelter where there's animals. She wants to do like this fashion show where they are trying to find these animals a home, and each lady who's walking the runway is going to carry an animal and hope to get that animal adopted, which I think is a brilliant idea. I think is very sweet. She has Ashley come because Ashley also loves animals as well, and she wants to, she gives Ashley the rundown, and she lets Ashley know as well that she has went through her second meeting of mediation with her husband. And she told Ashley that she waived her right to child support. And Ashley looked down and was like, "Wait, what? Wait, what did you just do?" And she goes, "Yeah, I feel like he's always going to take care of Arabella and everything of that. And I just wanted to make sure that, I was taken care of. So I just waived it because I don't feel that I know my husband. I know him and I know he's going to do the right thing. I just know this." And actually, it was like, look, I get you may know who you married, but you don't know who you divorcing. People tend to act different in that situation because what happens if he gets a new wife? Oh, he's gonna always take care of Arabella. That's not in question. So the fact that Stacy is standing this strong on this, it leads me to believe one thing. She's going to get one hell of a settlement where she may not even need the child support. Because there's no way I'm looking at this lady saying she wants alimony, but not getting child support. There's one or two things going on. Either she don't want to ruffle that ex-husband's feathers, and maybe he'll just give more just because he can, and without that being in the legal system, or she's getting one hell of a settlement. I want to believe she's probably getting a settlement, and maybe he will do more if you don't put him on child support, like any legal requirements. Because sometimes men get mad about that. Men sometimes get mad when you put them under legal restraints of having to send you money every week. And so maybe if they do it on their own, maybe you'll get more out of it. I'm trying to give this situation a benefit of the doubt because it just sounds stupid to me, if you ask me. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about Stacey's?
I just wonder if she knows she's dingbat. That's all I need to know. It's foolish because while yes, I think also her perspective is I know her dad will do right by her, but I feel like she also knows that she'll make sure her daughter is well taken care of. So I feel like a piece of it is that the way Stacy act all uppity, but she from Detroit and we done met that auntie. Sometimes when people come from a certain standard of living, a certain childhood, or come from a certain type of socioeconomic status, they start to look down on people that are similar to them or still in those situations. And they may not do it in a way that's so present. And that's what I get from Stacy. Personally, I feel like she feel like, listen, I married a white man. He gonna take care of his kids. That's personally how I feel she's coming off. Because even if she's getting one hell of a settlement and her daughter doesn't need that, you could take that child support check if you don't need it and put it away and make a trust for your daughter so that she's always good. That could pay for your daughter's college, her medical school. Who knows what the child will do? She's very bright. She's already trilingual. Hell, you could use that to benefit your child in so many ways. It just would make more sense if she was like, I don't need alimony, but I want child support. That makes sense. But the way she's moving, I feel like is definitely something as deep within her because no woman, no matter what color you are, whether you a white woman, whether you a black woman, an Indian woman, it don't matter who you are. If you, most women that's getting a divorce and have a child involved is going to ask for child support if it's available. If you know that man to take care of your child, then you know that man to pay his child support. So get it done, Stacy. The hell's wrong with her?
I don't know, and it just seems like to me, I would want the extra security. Like I get you said you're gonna take care of your daughter. I'm gonna challenge you. I want this child support because I want her to have an extra stream of income just in case. I'm not going to spend it. I will use my settlement money and everything like that to help raise her the same way you will. But I just want to make sure
Don't
it's
just take care of your baby, protect your baby in every which
right.
fucking direction. I don't have kids and I would think that way. Like I would. I'll say right in front of my husband right now, if he ever knocked me up, please don't. Not now, Lord Jesus. But if he ever does and something happens between the two of us, I'm gasking for child support. I don't give a damn. Because why would you have a problem supporting your baby?
Listen, if I'm married a millionaire like her husband and I was married for 16 years, y'all already know how I am. I am getting half of every fucking thing.
And severance
Everything,
pay.
and severance and alimony. I want 3 or 4 of them cars out of the 6. I want 2 of them houses out of the 12. I want half of everything. I want half of IRAs. I want half of 401ks. I want half of the company. I won't have because if I'm with you for 16 years, and I know there had to have been some bullshit somewhere in them 16 years, maybe more than one occasion. I feel like I deserve that. I feel like 10 years is enough to acquire half. But for Stacy, I don't something is I'm telling you, she has to be getting something. Because like Ashley said, she's not employed right now. She only has Real Housewives of Potomac coming in. So uh yeah, Stacy, this ain't looking too smart. I hope you know what you're doing. Because it don't seem like it's all that copacetic, but I hope you know what you're doing,
I'm
sis.
just saying, Sutton Streck, she getting child support and 305,000 a month.
305,000.
She's getting a lot of money.
It's 350,000
Oh,
a
Jesus, it's
month.
more. Oh,
A
God.
month.
I'm
It's
so full.
350,000 a month.
But she's a great example.
And her son
Is
just
she
turned 18,
not?
so that child support just got cut off.
It did. But
Yep.
he's going to then probably come in and help with college. I feel like all of that is in her document. Like there's so much you can do. Maybe don't
Mhm.
make him child support, but put into a clause that he's required to pay for your kids' college. My mama did that with my younger
And
brother, and
not
he got his
only does
degree.
she get $350,000 a month in child support, but she also got 1.7 million in cash wired to her bank account. I was
That's
like,
beautiful.
that's wild.
Brilliant.
That's brilliant. Like I love it. I love it for her. Plus, she got her own money. So I'm like, that's how you supposed to handle it. It's okay now. You're not like we only halfway through it, baby.
Sutton
You
is the
good.
definition of what all them girls be trying to talk about, the little females rappers. Now that is somebody who truly made his pockets hurt, ran them dry. She
And the
she
thing about it is, he ain't even complaining about it.
nope.
He like, fuck it, let her have it.
Crazy.
That's how you know you got you a good one. But he just say, fuck it, let her have it. We love you, Naya, for being here. Thank you, my love. Um,
And
moving on
Stacy's
from
dumb because that
yeah.
man is accepting all of this likely.
Yep.
And it makes him just icky. But that's all.
Yeah. So now we have the scene with Keanu and Greg. They are driving out. I want to go to this restaurant. They are in Baltimore. If we ever go to Baltimore, Mrs. Best, I definitely want to eat at this restaurant because it looked good. Sutton is the smartest divorcee she is. She is. Because I've never heard of it. I've never heard of a woman getting that much in a month. I can't even spend that in a year, maybe even 3, but you get it every single month. And I think it's for 20 years, unless she remarries. Sudden, yeah, I wouldn't remarry. I just live in sin. I wouldn't remarry. I want all my coin. But anyways, y'all, moving on from there. Yeah, Keanu and Gray, they go out to dinner. And she looks very distraught. She looks very upset. Um, and FYI, child support can be revisited, not child support. Not if you waive the right. She waived the right for child support. So when you waive the right, you can't revisit it. That sign is still delivered. Now they can. Well, now what she can do is she could set aside a supplement of her spousal for the support of the child, which would, in fact, help her to make sure Arabella gets a small portion and she gets the rest. But once she waives the right, you can't get it anymore. So yeah, no, she waived that right, which is stupid because I would have never did that. I would have been like, okay, well, let's see how I do, and if I need it, I'm gonna take your ass back to court because I'm gonna need it. Yeah, but once you waive the right, you can't go back on it. So moving on from there, yeah, Keanu and Greg, that scene made me sad because she looked so distraught. She looked like she had no life in her. And they're sitting at the restaurant, and she's basically just talking to him about, always supporting him, always being there for him, and she doesn't feel like that's reciprocated on his side. And she said that you make me feel like that I have no value, like in your life or just in general. And he immediately says, "No, I don't make you feel like that. No, I don't make you feel like that at all." And it was like, huh? Wait. First of all, Greg, first off, that's not something you can determine. You don't know what your words or your action does to a person until they tell you what they do. So I'm gonna clock you right there. And Kiana, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But man, I don't know if it's low self-esteem. I don't know if it's age and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting close to 40 and I'm not married. I don't know what it is. Because a lot of women have different standards of where they should be in life. And when they're not there, they tend to make decisions. I don't want to say out of desperation, but that's the word I'm going to use. And I feel like
I would say that's people, not just women.
I don't never hear men talking about 36, 37. Oh my God, I need to be married. Except me. I'm that crazy individual that be like that.
There are men out there that do talk about it.
I don't see it so much in men that I do. As I say, me, I'm an exception because I do that. I thought I was going to be married at 30. So the fact that I'm not, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what it could be with Karen or Mrs. Best. What do you think it is? Because I don't know what it could be. Why she feels like she has to make this work.
I think a part of it is because she cares what people think and she's on the show.
Mm,
I think the other important part of it, sometimes the people who project and talk about how great they are, common example, Karen Huger, are the ones who may not believe in how great they are. So I feel like she's insecure to a certain extent to where it's impacting her. Um,
mhm.
he's an asshole. I have no other words for it. His response to her wasn't something to me that looked like, oh, he's uncomfortable on camera. It was something that looked like this is how he probably really be with her. And he's simply an asshole. But she has to be insecure to say, because ain't no way in hell I would have been all up. Mm-mm. Nope.
I would have left that place because there's no way you finna just sit up there and just dismiss my feelings and to make it seem like you're not doing what I'm telling you you're doing. Like, there's no way in hell I would have just sat there and started crying. When I tell you I would have got my ass up, I'm like, okay, well, clearly there's no way of talking to you. So you can catch an Uber because that's my shit. We drove up here. I'm gonna go to the house and get my shit and get the hell on. Because I'm not gonna sit up here and play these games with you, sir. You're not gonna tell me what you're not doing.
It's
You just not
probably
gonna do.
something deeper. It's probably something way deeper because he gives me the guy who, when the cameras is gone and they arguing about something entirely different, because I'm sure they have other arguments, that he'll bring up this TV situation and like gaslight her, if that makes sense. I
No,
don't
I believe he's
trust,
doing that. I
yeah,
believe that.
I don't trust much of what he's saying and doing. Because a good point that you brought up is okay, you have a problem, sir, with being on TV, but then you have no problem parading and showing your business.
Right.
But you have a problem showing yourself with this woman or attached to this woman. So he might have that complex because he got them four letters behind his title.
Okay, but at the end of the day, it's still being promoted. Like you still getting eyes and views on you that could benefit you. My thing, and that's why I'm glad Kieran showed her business last week because I was concerned about that. I was really concerned about, ma'am, why aren't you showcasing your business the same way you up in his office bringing everybody Chick-fil-A and shit? Why
And
are
I
you?
guarantee the negative feedback that this man is getting while being on TV because he's not coming across well. If they are still together, I can guarantee he's throwing that in her face whenever it suits him. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
there's,
some men have a problem with taking accountability, and he's one of them.
yeah, he
Even
seems emotionally
he's withdrawn.
abusive and
Yes.
manipulative. And I
Mhm.
don't like that. He gives me the LCSW that's going to use his learnings against her, like in a way for evil. And you're supposed to drop that when you at home with your loved ones. But it's like she deals with it.
And
So
that's
what
why
the
I
hell
say I
can we
don't
do?
know what that is because she's beautiful. She's intelligent. She got her own business and it's successful because it's still here seasons later. It's like Kierna, I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't. I cannot co-sign this as you being one of my favorites and you going through this when you don't necessarily have to. That's why it has to be some deep insecurity, and it has to be, her feeling like maybe she's at an age where this needs to happen by a certain time. And once again, as a person who thought that same way, I understand that feeling. But you don't just settle for some man that will literally, when you bring something to him, he completely dismisses it because he feels he's not doing it. That's not how that works. And that's why I said that's not something that he can determine, Kiana, how he makes you feel. That's not something he can determine. So for him to tell you to your face, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. It's like, well, sir, you're doing something. So what do you think it is? That scene pissed me off. When I tell y'all, I had to really calm down because I was gonna go the hell off on this live. I really was, but it ain't really worth it because I don't know that man. And I don't know what's behind closed doors. But I do know from the show's perspective, if she's sitting there crying in your face, how good could you be? If she feels like she's not valued when she's with you, then how great of a man can you be?
I'll just say this. I think the best men are those who are in tune and respect your emotional process,
Yes.
even when you're upset. I can say that some of what's helped my husband and I when we went through stuff to get through it. If I cry, even if he's mad as hell at me, he'll give me an aggressive hug. Don't cry. Don't do that. Something, or he'll melt and get over it. But I feel like if you truly love someone, whether you're married or not, it should hurt you to see them cry,
Yes.
and he was entirely unaffected.
Yeah, he was not
So if
moved
you would have
whatsoever.
went off, if you would have went off, you would have been within your right. Because that man, I was irritated watching it too, cursing in the cubicle. I said, "Oh no!"
I just couldn't believe it. I was like, "How dare you, sir? Like for real?"
And if
And
you're
Karen,
against being on TV, then stop filming yourself.
right? Just
Don't
say,
do some
"Hey,
of
he
it.
just gotta." Just tell Karen she gotta do something else, or come up with something else. And Karen, that's when you in your business, show them more of your stuff. And maybe get you some side hustles to show, and maybe throw events for your business and say this is what we launching. Do stuff like that because we love to see stuff like that. So
We
maybe next season,
never met Big Papa. We never met any of Phaedra or Portia's African men. We never met anybody really too much that some of these ladies were dating. You could have been housewives, brought back a housewife nostalgic feeling. The
and we
lady who
sure don't know
owns
who
the
Giselle
med
messed
spa with
with.
the mystery man.
Who we see. We saw Sherman. We saw Jason. Who else did Giselle date that we saw? And I'm pretty sure Giselle got more of that in that Rolodex. Come on now, Kiana, don't do this no more. Let this be the last season. I wish she would leave his ass. I hope at the reunion she said that they're no longer together because I'm gonna jump up and down. Because I know this ain't the man you think you're supposed to be with. Now him treating you like this, y'all not gonna be married long. I'm just saying. Because I'm gonna tear y'all apart. I feel like it's trying to do it now, but you're not paying attention to it because you feel like you need to hold on to whatever this is. So, good luck.
It's
I hope he
giving
gets right.
Robin, Kierna. Get it together. It's giving Robin Dixon.
He was disgusted by her tears like he saw was a weakness. Girl, he got to go on and find a pet. He need to go find a therapist office because something about. And then this makes me wonder why that last wife why he divorced that last wife. Now I have questions. If y'all ever want to get to the root of the problem, talk to that ex, and y'all will get a real good implication of what happened. I'm starting to tell people that now. Start asking questions if you really want to know the root of the problem. I'm just saying. But we're gonna move on, y'all. So we're gonna move on. So Stacy is having the girls show up. Not Sherman after Dark in the Park. That's the only person I can think of that Giselle's been with. So yeah, we talking about Sherman. But we now are at Vivian's boutique or shop in the mall. And she's helping Stacy with putting together the gowns the ladies are gonna walk down the runway with. Oh shit, is he divorced? Greg? Yes. Yeah, he has 2 kids and he was married once before. That's what she said the first episode. Yeah, he's been married before. Um so yeah, and they're at Vivian's. Ashley, Wendy, and Giselle show up. And they're all picking out the outfits, and Giselle was like, Stacy, like, and so many different words. She was throwing out every excuse before she said, I really don't want to do this. But she was saying, I didn't appreciate your message because we know Vivian through Karen, and I thought that that was very disrespectful for you not to give Karen a heads up because I was with Karen when you sent out the text message, and I'm looking at Giselle like, the fuck? That don't even make sense. And she then tells Stacy, you don't know if I'm allergic to dogs or if I like dogs or anything like that. Well, Stacy asks, well, are you allergic to dogs? And she goes, well, one bit me. And then she lied in confessional, said a dog may or may not have bitten me. That may or may not be a lie. And I said, Giselle, you so stupid. Wow. And then the last thing she had a problem with is that she said she doesn't feel like Stacy supported charity. She felt like she didn't do that because she didn't give to her charity. And I said, Giselle, what you not gonna do is act like you didn't throw that lady out of your shit before she even got a chance to even get up in there good. Are you fucking serious? Like, I'd have looked at Giselle like, girl, go get the hell out. Vivian shop. Get out of here with all this mess. Because you didn't want to do the shit in the first place. So Stacey was like, fine, you can sit next to Karen. And Stacey
No,
was like,
Stacy told Giselle as soon as she said that, you put me out.
yeah. And that's why I got on Giselle. Giselle can help but be a hater. Yeah. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. Giselle's hating on Stacey. And I don't know what Stacey did. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what we not seeing. But Stacey said you put me on. I just said, Stacey, I told you, said, you threw that lady out before she even got a chance to even get up in there. So how you expect her to donate to some shit? And Giselle's like, well, she's been at 2 GNA events. And I was like, Giselle, so the fuck what?
Why do people always have to donate at GNA events?
Right. What is why
Where
if
are
that
the
was supposed to be an
clothes?
apparel line, which you know what, Giselle, um, let's call a spade a spade. Let me go ahead and pull up your shit then since you want to be oh, not GNA website got taken down. Wait a minute. I know you lying. I know you lying. Giselle, where the fuck is the website? Hold on. Let me go on the Instagram because I know damn well Giselle now she didn't take that shit down. I know good and damn well. Hold on, wait a minute, because I'm trying to be yes. Oh no, here's some shit is okay. So it's all on Instagram now. So it's all on Instagram. Ain't that mighty funny?
Why they stop paying for their website domain?
I don't know, but you sure can't find it now. Here, here it is. Where's the website domain, Giselle? How the fuck can we buy all this? What happened to? Yeah, show me some more. Grab it to the fusion. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm not signed on my computer. Hold on. That shit is ugly. Lord Jesus. It is. It's ugly as hell, girl. Damn. Giselle. So, anyways, but yeah, y'all took down your website domain. So, how could she donate? Where's she gonna donate at? I'm just saying. And then there's another store called GNA as well. Y'all better hope y'all don't get sued by them people too. But look at some of this shit. Oh, really?
I'm over here just chuckling.
Because it's just like they got Giselle has her nerve. Like if I was Stacey, I'd have been like, "You want us to donate for what when you threw me out?"
Karen
And
don't claim half of the people on this show because as quiet as it's kept when the show started, all the other
so
women knew each other and Karen was originally the outsider. So Karen trying to pull this, I know this person, Vivian's my person. The whole situation stupid. Leave Stacy alone.
this ain't. Oh wait, this ain't Giselle and Ashley shit. This ain't Giselle and Ashley shit. Where is GNA at? Giselle and Ashley. I didn't pull up somebody else shit.
It's in hiding. They're hiding it from us.
That was somebody else shit. I pulled up. That don't even ain't shit. Giselle and Ashley, what the hell going on? So how the fuck she supposed to donate to some shit and we can't even find Joe shit to begin with? Oh, now I feel bad for y'all people who shit that was in Romania. That's the business that I pulled up. I am so sorry. I really am. I'm so sorry for pulling up y'all stuff. I'm so sorry for pulling up y'all store. Y'all shit is beautiful. Don't mind me. I'm just a man. I don't wear that stuff. But
Well,
damn,
I'd like to say I just went to Giselle's Instagram to click the GNA link. They do have a page. However, comma, the website on the page is the website you went to, gnaapparel.com. And the website I can confirm does no longer exist.
yeah,
So, how do you have an Instagram page for something
that's
with
their
a
Instagram page. That was a song.
Yeah, I'll send it to you now. I
Wait a
found
minute, hold
it.
on. There's no way that's it because that's registered to a store in Romania.
No, no, no. I'm sending you the one I got from Giselle and Ashley's
Oh,
page for the correct one.
are you texting it to me?
Yeah, I sent it to your DM,
Oh,
but
okay.
their website does not exist anymore.
Mm.
It doesn't exist. And it looks like the Instagram page is not very active. And there's
No,
also
it's
not
not.
very
So
many posts.
there we go. You could Google the shit used to be and then you would come up, but now it don't even come up no more. Y'all, I'm so done with them. But I would have threw that in her face. I would have. I'd have thrown. What am I supposed to be donating to, Giselle? But yeah, but Stacey, she was like, This is why I can't get with Stacey as a housewife because she's like offended by Giselle and Karen, and it's like Stacey, this should tell you right here that these women ain't your friend, and that there's something going on they're jealous of that they can't really come transpire. Obviously Giselle can't deliver what she's supposed to because her shit ain't up. And then obviously Karen is mad about you for something that you did with Mia, which I honestly saw Karen's point of view. I did because I feel like she was playing in your face too, but you didn't take it that way. So therefore, you can't be mad if Karen takes it as Mia playing in her face. That's all I'm gonna say. Is it that you want to move on before I spent way too much time on that?
No, I have nothing more when it comes to Mia at all.
All right. So moving on from there, we then see Wendy at her house. She's responding to is oh, I did not want to go there, Kevin Reynolds. I did not want to go there. Oh, damn. Well, all right then. I did say Kevin Reynolds that y'all get him before you get me. I'm just the platform. But anywho, I can kind of see that though. I can kind of see it. Um, So Wendy is saying that she's going on season 2 of the Dr. Wendy show, which congratulations, that's here on YouTube. She's doing great. I did watch a couple more episodes. I do like it. Eddie came to tell her that she has some good news that she's actually going to be interviewing Karine Jean Pierre, who is the spokeswoman of the White House. She does all the media press, who I love, by the way. So that is an honor. And I feel like go ahead, Wendy, because that's going to be very, especially with, I don't know if the episode's aired or not. I haven't seen it yet. If it has aired, y'all, please don't spoil it for me. Let me watch it because I do want to watch this one. But I think that with everything that is going on, even before our president elect, I think that that would be a phenomenal interview because we need, some closure on that. Me and Karen disappointed me so much. My head hurts. Yeah, hurts, not hurts. I got you. I knew what you meant. It's okay. But I think that that's a wonderful move for Wendy. I'm hoping that it works out. Is there anything you want to add to this before we move on?
Just that I love Wendy for being great and representing Black excellence.
Yeah.
But I'm also a little bored by her this season.
Oh goodness gracious, that made me laugh because she ain't got nothing going on. She don't. But the last scene is Stacy and Mia meeting up. They meet up, Pretty much Stacey was saying, I didn't like how women were treating you and all the situation. And Karen is really surprising me just because when I met Karen and she was giving me a rundown of the group, she told me not to trust you because you're not Potomac and everything. And Mia was kind of taken aback. And it was like, Mia, you're not Potomac. Like, what the hell? No, no. Who the hell parades they have a husband and a boyfriend and just parades it around like people supposed to glorify that shit? No, you're not Potomac. So I agreed with Karen there. And then she also stated that out the bat that she also said that Wendy is self-absorbed and that she shouldn't trust Wendy either. And Mia was kind of like, what? Now, here's the thing. I do think Wendy is self-absorbed. I do. However, it doesn't translate in a way where it would affect anybody else in her circle or life. I feel like if she's self-absorbed, it's a me care. It's a me time kind of situation. It's not oh my God, I am so much better than you and everything. It doesn't come off like that. It just comes off that she takes great care of herself and she realizes that she puts herself first in a lot of these dynamics. So I think that that's where I would say that I would agree with Karen that she is self-absorbed, but it's in the right way. You can be self-absorbed in the right way. You really can. I think people misinterpret that a lot of the time. But no, Lisa Barlow does a great job of it. Not, but she does. Um, Stacey getting mad day that she cannot be trusted and not a good look at all. It wasn't. I felt like for me, ma'am, you just dug your own grave with your tongue because that was not. You can't be trusted now. Because even if Karen felt that way, she's been around these women a long time. She's entitled to feel that way. And you come on the show as her friend, she's just trying to warn you to not get burned. And that information was for you to watch the girls, not then use it on Mad Day because you felt like I don't know where Karen's coming from. When Karen definitely has reasons with some of these ladies to feel the way she does. How do you feel about that, Mrs. Best?
It was messy. Just because you're mad at someone doesn't mean that you go and expose the things that they spoke to you privately about. That's where a lot of y'all lack integrity. You don't do that. So I didn't like what Stacy did. The other thing is, regardless of what Karen said about each person in this group, one thing that's a constant from everybody in this group is that Mia be lying and Mia's not to be trusted. So why are you sitting down with the one confirmed person that is not to be trusted? I understand she's like, oh, they're ganging up on Mia and this and that, but it doesn't take away the facts, which Stacy is ignoring. Mia has told lies as it relates to her children. Who cares about the husband thing? Mia wants to play like she's upset and try and manipulate these women for speaking on her children. But why are you telling lies that involve your children? Why? The whole situation is trash. They do not represent Black excellence. We do not respect Mia as a businesswoman. Now we're even more reminded that she used to climb the pole. So I'm just over here like, Stacy, you should not be sitting down with this person. But I have a feeling that Stacy is also to not be trusted. Like not just with friendship, but with other ways and things. Because I'm still convinced this TJ guy was she hired him or broke him off something to get him to be here because none of it makes sense. But aligning yourself with Mia is dangerous.
It is, and it's not smart. And to be honest, y'all, I'm starting to look at this TJ and Stacy thing a little bit different now. I think they really are together. And I think that this is the amount of ignorance that women do when they don't look at obvious signs. This is a pattern for Stacy. This is not. I don't think. No, I don't think she paid him. Let me. I think he's using her absolutely, but I feel like Stacy does not pay attention to context clues, and I noticed that in every element of what we have seen of her. Her divorce being one thing. The fact that she wants alimony and waive the right to child support. That's one instance where she's not looking at a thing thoroughly. The situation with TJ. He's not. He comes off as a harboring opportunist in all of our faces, but to her, that's her best friend, and he comes off loving. She's not looking at context clues. Lastly, the situation with Mia. Mia did this to herself. And whatever result she gets is the result that she get out of the consequence of her own action. But you're not looking at it. You're only looking at the missing link of it's about a child and about her children versus it's about her putting things out there. And then when people get different answers and calling her a liar because the truth has now prevailed, now you want to have sympathy for her. Mia, Stacey is doing this to herself. And so now I'm kind of seeing through her lens how she thinks. Okay, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But either way, this is what she's displaying on the show. This is what she's displaying. I'm not displaying it. This is how she is coming off. And sometimes I don't know enough about, here's the thing, I don't know enough about Stacey to pick apart the bullshit. And because of how she moves, I can't help but think it either is very much real or she's a really good actress.
It's not real. I have to. I the whole time I've questioned it because there's no way in hell someone as cultured as her, who's been all over the place, is going to do this. Like you said, you think that she has a bigger settlement coming, which is why she's not worried about child support. So a piece of you has to acknowledge that she's smart, but the TJ thing, ain't no way in
No, I'm not
hell.
saying she's not smart. I'm just saying she doesn't pay attention to context. I think
But
she
this
takes the situation at
context with
face
that
value.
man, that
No,
that
she takes things
man,
at face value. That's what I'm saying. She thinks at face value. It's
but
not
looking at TJ at face value does not give somebody who even would like girls. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. Any female as a woman attracted to men. If I were to be TJ, it would take a lot for him to like get closer. I feel like he's someone you would friend zone. I feel like she has friend zoned him, but I feel like Stacey is trying to kind of act like she's empty headed a little bit. Thank you,
That's why I
Naya.
say
She's
she's a
way
good actress
smarter.
because that's what I'm seeing. And this is where the actress part of me, this is the thing that I believe. I think she's smarter than she acts. I definitely agree with that. That's why I think she's a good actress because none of this is believable. That's why I'm saying I feel like she's acting. I do. I feel like she's a great actress because there's no way I'm believing this lady. I
I
don't
mean,
believe
look at how she speak and look at the scene with her family member and how her family speak. Most of us usually speak like our families. Why does this lady speak like a news anchor and the rest of her family
Yes,
speak
thank
like the
you.
rest of us? So that's
Yes,
why I think that she's definitely BSing us to a certain extent. She knows she's on
yes.
TV. She's been on TV before, so she's gonna do something to make herself relevant. TJ's probably just a friend who she probably convinced to come on the show with her as her man so that he could get some roles or something. She seemed like the type that feel like she above other people or think that she's smarter
I
than
agree.
other people and came on here to BS. But now it's coming out. She aligned with the wrong person. And all of this comes back to Mia.
Mhm.
Defended Mia that exposed Stacy. Stay away from her.
I
She's a
tell you
player.
because there's no way I'm looking at this lady and thinking what she's portraying on this show is real. That's why I say either it is real, like this is her how she really thinks, or she's acting.
And that's
And like,
probably why Karen don't want to deal with her and decline the
right,
invite because regardless on how we feel about our drunken grand dame, she is good at reading people. Karen has great discernment, and I think that's because of her triple 20 plus one or two, whatever the hell she's at now. So I feel like there's more to that. Production's really weird with editing when it comes to the all black ensemble cast on Bravo. So I feel like they edited out something that was vital. It's so good you would believe she's a dingbat, but she's smart. She covets info and waits for that. Yeah, she does. She
she's
does.
doing the housewife thing. This is the housewife thing. She's no, she definitely is a housewife for sure. But my thing is this: I don't think she's a dingbat. I just think she's more so. I think she's just oblivious to context clues, and that's what I'm saying. Somebody who's oblivious to context clues sometimes don't see what's obvious. And that's how I feel. That's why I said either she's a good actress or she really is like takes things at face value and she does not dig deeper. And I feel like no, when you're around people who are doing this much investigation in your life, you need to dig deep because they can pull out things that maybe you're not aware of. That's all. But that's it, y'all. That was Real Housewives of Potomac, you know. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I want to know everyone's opinion. Once again, to the GNA people in Romania, please don't take this personal. I'm only doing entertainment. I'm not talking about your business. I'm not talking about your line or anything. It just so happens that two of the cast members on this show have something called GNA apparel as well. So I'm not trying to start no shit between the two. I'm just saying everything is alleged here on this channel. Do not come for me. Thank you. Um, and we are here. We ain't picking up what she's telling. We may not be, but you guys, I'm late to Married to Medicine, y'all. So I will see you guys on that live. Hopefully you're all there. Thank you, Mrs. Best, for being here. Thank you, everybody in the comments, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye now.